Can you imagine how many times you transfer something to a different place and use modern technologies to do it? When we transfer our data, we always want to be sure that only the designated recipients can see it. We're talking about the phone calls we make, emails we send, and online payments we submit. In all of these things, the system somehow transfers our data, and we always want to be sure of its security. So how do we keep our information safe? Let's take an example. Imagine you are making a phone call. While on the phone, you are broadcasting your voice into the public telephone network. Your friend on the other side can hear you, but so can anyone else who tunes into the same frequency that you are using. This way, it's easy for potential thieves to eavesdrop, and we don't want to let that happen. There is a way to encrypt the communication. We can imagine encryption as a locksmith who randomly generates keys that can lock the transport of data. Only people who have the key can access this information. To anyone else, it's just random noise that makes no sense. But here's the problem. In the system we currently have, thieves can observe the locksmith, figure out how he makes his keys, then make duplicate keys and decrypt the messages. This is possible because even though locksmiths are called random number generators, these generators aren't perfectly random, and their work can be replicated. If the thief is successful in replicating the locksmith's work, he can create lots of keys and open lots of communication transfers. The thief then could get all the information about your banking payments, your phone calls, or even your medical records, which are all stored in a database. This is the reason why the system we currently have needs improvement. And this is why Project RAQUEL was created.
In the RAQUEL project, our goal is to use quantum physics to generate true high-quality randomness. We use this randomness to improve communication, to improve computation, and to secure our data. Quantum physics allows us to create keys that cannot be replicated or modified. We can think of it as locksmiths whose work, thanks to quantum entanglement, cannot be observed or disturbed. The thief can observe the locksmiths, but all he can achieve is to get caught.
So RAQUEL connects 7 universities across Europe with a common goal, which is to use laws of quantum mechanics to provide new solutions in information technology. And we basically divide our work in several parts. In the first part, we try to generate new generators, which are kind of a locksmiths, if you like, that provide new and truly random keys.
So everybody knows that in present-day life, randomness is extremely important. However, it's well known that in traditional methods, classical methods, we can't amplify a weak randomness. So if we have some randomness, which is not perfect, but some people may have some knowledge about it, it's impossible to amplify it any better.
Well, we've seen that using randomness, you can do ultimately secure communication of data or transmission of data. But how is the encoding done? That's a very sophisticated question, and what we are contributing is ideas of how to make use of like K-designs or other mathematical structures in order to do the encoding in the most efficient and clever way. The second one is, assume you have built such a device and you think it might be functioning, but you want to find out whether the guy is doing the right thing. Ironically, the best way of finding out whether a quantum device functions is to make use of appropriate random measurements, again using similar techniques.
Another idea in physics, or where quantum physics comes in, is that quantum physics gives us certain means to guarantee by physical principles that this randomness is really unpredictable. So it's not only unpredictable in the sense that the adversary doesn't know it because he's lacking some information, but it's really unpredictable on a very fundamental level, which means that no one in the world, even if you collect all the knowledge that is around, could predict the outcome of that random number generation.
So we know that quantum computers can do many things faster than ordinary computers. They can search large volumes of data. They can model chemistry. They can model materials. They can do a lot of things. And our purpose is to find more applications for quantum computers, even more applications. And in RAQUEL is focused on randomness, we are focused on quantum computers. So the goal is to bring these two subjects together and to find some applications for quantum computers that are based on using randomness in creative ways.
In games you have different parties and each party wants to gain something, right? There are rules and each party does something and they follow some strategy to win, to optimize the outcome. So we are using these correlations, the classical correlations, quantum correlations, and in fact very abstract correlations between the players to investigate the impact on the available strategies.
Yeah, it's a great project with great scientists involved. So I'm very grateful to the Commission of making all this possible.